Hello and welcome to our live news coming to you from Abuja, the nation's capital. I'm Blessing Ogwo. The headlines. Coalition crisis brews as ADC chairman set terms for alliance. I'm going to contest for president in 2027, Peter Obi. Ronnie Bayi undergoes medicals ahead of Barcelona moves. North Korea to welcome foreign business persons to fall trade fair. Now the news in details. A crisis is brewing in the African Democratic Congress, ADC, as some states' chairmen are unhappy with the party's new leadership. The party's former chairman, Ralph Wonsu, announced the collapse of all party structures to make way for a new leadership ahead of the 2027 general election. However, some states' chairmen, including Elias Adigwe from Benue State, has expressed their dissatisfaction with the new leadership, saying they were not involved in the decision-making process. The development elicited sharp criticisms from Dumebi Kachikwu, the ADC 2023 presidential candidate, who described Atiku and his co-ADC converts as greedy. Adigwe faulted the collapse of state structures of the party for the new leadership, noting that the MAC-led ESCO is embarking on the registration exercise that leaves more questions than answers. The suspended senator representing Kogi Central, Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, has stated that she will resume legislative duties in the Senate on Tuesday, following a court order directing her recall to the Red Chamber. The lawmaker disclosed this in the video shared on Sunday. She thanked her supporters for standing with her, stating Natasha will resume in the Senate on Tuesday by the grace of God. Her comment followed Friday's judgment by Federal High Court sitting in Abuja, which declared her 6-month suspension from the Senate as unconstitutional, excessive, and a violation of her constituents' rights to representation. Justice Binta Nyako, who presided over the matter, ruled that the suspension lacked constitutional backing and ordered the immediate reinstatement of Akpoti-Uduaghan. The court, however, also found the senator guilty of contempt for a Facebook post described as a sarcastic apology addressed to Senate President Godswill Akpabio. The post, the court held, violated an interim injunction issued on March 4, 2025, barring parties from making public or social media comments on the ongoing suit, challenging her suspension. Justice Nyako imposed a 5 million naira fine on the senator for the post, which was deemed to have breached the court's order. Abia State Governor Alex Otti has appealed to the Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission to increase the state share of federal revenue allocation to enable the government deliver more developmental projects. Otti made the call on Sunday while receiving the Federal Commissioner representing Abia State, Mrs. Nkechi Otti, who presented him with a report following her familiarization tour and stakeholder engagements across the state. The governor said additional funds from the Federation account would help Abia execute critical projects, noting that his administration had already demonstrated strong financial discipline, as reflected in a recent Debt Management Office report. Otti thanked the commissioner for the observations her team made during their visit and said his administration will be committed to addressing them. The governor also responded to concerns raised about overstaffing in the Abia State Oil Producing Areas Development Commission, saying he would address the matter urgently. The opposition arrowhead, Peter Obi, says he will contest for the office of the president in 2027, dismissing rumors that he will be running mates with Atiku Abubakar. In a statement on an interview, he says he will contest for the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and he believes he is qualified for it. The Labour Party 2023 presidential candidate said he's part of the coalition which will be able to produce a president with the capacity and compassion to save the country. The Federal Capital Territory Administration (FCTA) has been caught up in a whirlpool of protest by the several trade unions in solidarity with primary school teachers and healthcare workers who have been on strike for about 4 months over unpaid salaries and allowances. Workers in the FCTA has been aggrieved too over discrepancies in their salaries and non-payment of some hazard or peculiar allowances due to them. Since 24 March, teachers and health caregivers have faced severe economic hardship in the 6 Abuja area councils as their employers have refused to implement the 70,000 new national minimum wage. As cost of living spiked nationwide with the removal of fuel subsidy and deregulation of the foreign exchange market shortly after President Bola Tinubu assumed office in 2023, the government tried to mitigate the impact on workers with a 25% salary increase first, and then a subsequent 35,000 naira wage award. Admittedly, with the Supreme Court's affirmation of the financial autonomy of the country's 774 local government areas in its 11 July 2024 judgment, the payment of salaries of this category of public sector workers has become the responsibility of the councils. This is in synchronism with the 1999 Constitution as amended, which places the running of primary schools and primary health care facilities under the statutory duties of local governments. As other local governments across the states of the Federation are implementing the new wage, the case of the Abuja area councils has been different despite their improved revenues in the present dispensation. The chairman of the People's Democratic Party in Ibadan North local government area of Oyo State, Seun Adelore, has formally resigned his membership from the People's Democratic Party in the state. Adelore, a close associate of Governor Seyi Makinde, in his resignation letter cited what he described as deep-seated injustice within the party, a lack of reward for loyalty, and a growing departure from democratic principles. In the letter obtained by correspondents in Ibadan, Adelore alleged that the party was increasingly run like a private enterprise, selected factions in the state. The development came after some aspirants stepped down and pledged their full support to Oyekunle's candidacy. It was further gathered that the consensus arrangement was reached at a high-level meeting with Makinde and the aspirants vying for the party ticket. Nigerian singer Inetimi Alfred Odun, popularly known as Timaya, has clarified that he has not yet retired. The Demama crooner explained that his current break from music wasn't a retirement but a nap. On his X handle, the singer wrote, "He's not tired, but been resting." Timaya began his solo career in 2005 with the release of his debut single, Demama, which recounted the Odi massacre in his home state of Bayelsa. His debut album, True Story, which was released the following year, solidified his stardom. In total, Timaya has released 8 albums, 1 EP and several singles in 20 years of his career. He has collaborated with international artists or artists like Sean Paul and Morgan Heritage. And on sports, Ronnie Badji is closing in on a move to Barcelona and has undergone the first part of his medicals with the Catalan Giants. Barcelona is expected to snap up the teenager from FC Copenhagen in a deal worth €2.5 million after deciding to take advantage of another market opportunity. According to Fabrizio Romano, Badji has completed the first part of his medical ahead of his move and already has got a verbal agreement in place for Swedish winger to join the club. Bargi looks set to become Barcelona's second signing of the summer and will join Joan Garcia in making the switch to Barcelona. And on the foreign scene, North Korea is set to welcome foreign business persons to its biggest international trade fair this fall. According to an event partner, despite having barred external participants from the previous spring edition at the 11th hour earlier this year, DPRK focused travel agency Young Pioneer Towers YPT announced in the press release that the 17th Yongyang Artem International Trade Fair PITF will take place as previously scheduled from October 27 to 31st and invited interested foreign businesses to sign up for the tour. The event, organized by the Korea External Economic Exchange Association, is expected to feature some 450 domestic and foreign exhibitors spanning fields including machinery, information technology, energy, pharmaceuticals, and consumer goods, according to YPT. Foreign participants can attend both the opening and closing ceremonies of the trade fair and also receive a special presentation from the Yongyang Chamber of Commerce to give them a better understanding of North Korea's economy. That sparked questions dispersed as the Artem PITF will go ahead as scheduled, be it added that the organizers are in regular contact with YPT and have continued to assure the agency that preparations are well underway, suggesting Yongyang is all set to welcome foreign business visitors this time. For more news, follow us on all social media platforms and live television. We've come to the end of the news. Thank you for listening. This is Alive News. My name is Blessing Owo.